Just getting set up here, you guys. If anybody comes into the room, welcome, welcome. As I get set up here, if you want to say hello, how you doing, where you're from, that kind of a thing, that would be great. If not, that's okay. I am going to get started here in just a second, and we'll go from there. So, yeah. And first off, I want to say to you guys is that I apologize for having to change the time. You're not imagining it. What you did see was at 1 o'clock. I apologize deeply about changing the time. I didn't do that on purpose. In fact, my daughter looked at it and she says, "Mom, you changed it to 11:11." And I didn't even think about that. Again, a lot of you guys don't know that I had a knee replacement. And so I was having some issues with it this morning. And if I do not get it active, hey, welcome, welcome, Lena. If I do not get it active, they're going to manipulate it, which means put me out again and torque the knee and do every kind of thing. And I'm trying to avoid that. So I did it earlier today. So I deeply apologize if you're waiting for 1 o'clock and you ended up having to watch it on a recorded one. I apologize. It's just I do not want to have my knee torqued. So I need to get out there and walk this afternoon, really a lot, and really push those exercises. I've got 2 days to see my doctor before he makes that decision. So I deeply apologize. So please accept me for changing the times. I apologize. So we're going to be talking about the new moon in Aries. All right. So this is something. So if you're brand new to watching one of my new moon readings or full moon readings, the way that I do these is I talk about the astrology part, the astrology side, because I think it's really important. Because if you watch my readings, my intuitive tarot readings, we talk about the divine a lot. And then we talk about astrology and we see that they're melding together. So if you've watched your reading this week, you're going to go, wow, that's really, really cool. Because even through this, watching and doing my research and stuff for the new moon, a lot of you guys had some of this come up, a lot of this. So this is how, and it's really important for tarot readers to really get into astrology, to understand that these energies are actually linked together. So you'll see that today when we talk about the new moon, and you'll go in your reading like, oh, wow, this is really weird. This is, for some of you might say, oh, this is creepy. So anyway, so let's get started. So I'm going to go back a little bit just about just what's been happening before the new moon. And we already knew that from the full moon to the new moon, we've got some balance issues, right? We're trying to balance desires in our integrity and our morals and everything. So we're trying to bring that up. We also are working on communication. A lot of that came up in a lot of your readings. Communication was really key. But the thing about the energy for all of 2021, for those of you who've never watched one of my videos, for all of 2021, we're still not out of 2020's energies, but in 2021, it's sort of like playing a dance, okay? And the dance is between the past and the future. So some of us are okay with the past changing. Not a big problem. But some of the people buck the past changing. So you're going to see in the new moon reading that this is sort of a theme as well. So we are getting rid of the past and this energy is moving forward. Some people don't like that forward change. Some people do not like that forward energy to change. They want things as it was, the way it is, and they will buck it all the way. That's where the imbalance comes of why people will fight these energies between themselves. And this is the planets. This is also divine trying to teach your lessons, that kind of a thing. That's the 2021 energy throughout the whole year, guys. Okay. So we've got a lot of things that are happening in April. So in April, we've got a lot of planets moving from Pisces to Aries to Taurus. And now this new moon that we have is, of course, in Aries for 1 day. Then it goes to Taurus. Okay. On the 12th, it moves to Taurus. Okay. So wherever you are in the world, you've already had the new moon. It was in here, I think it'll be at 10:30. I'm on the Pacific Coast in Oregon in the United States. So I think it's at 10:30. Some it's at 7. Depends on where you are in the world when you had the full or the new moon. All right. So the other thing is when we're looking at the planets, I'm trying to keep this all in order because I jumped around on my research. So what we have to really understand about this energy, not only for April and for the Aries and moving into Taurus, this is a really exciting time. This is an electrifying time. It's about movement forward. It's about spontaneous. It's about excitement. It's about futuristic energies. It's about breakthrough. So we have things that are like bubbling up. I think I talked about this in your readings a lot of the time. Things are starting to bubble up. It's sort of like that root beer that I told you about. The root beer, you pour it in too fast and the foam comes over. Well, that's sort of what's going on in April. And that's moving forward. But here's the thing. It's like, oh, really exciting. But then Saturn is in there and wants to slow everything down. Okay. So this is something that's going to be really interesting to watch because this Saturn is all about pushing back to make sure that you stay grounded, that you don't get so excited, you do stupid things. But it says like, hey, slow down, just take it easy. Don't really rush into, because Aries is all about, rushing into something and then thinking a little bit later. And then it's too late. So Saturn's saying, whoa, take that horse a little bit slower and then move it forward. Okay. So that's sort of the energy that has been happening. In the end of April, we've got a lot of planets that are turning retrograde, that are going into retrograde. Now, what happens with that does slow down the process because retrograding is actually sort of taking things a little step backwards. Okay. We have to sort of like take a deep breath and do that kind of a thing. So that is towards the end of April. Okay. So you have to understand that we still have this forward motion. And some of us want to just like go at a locomotive pace and go, 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 go. But then we actually have to slow ourselves down. Okay. That's just part of the energies there. Also, the other thing too about this Aries energy is that it's also a new energy. It's something fresh. It's something that you want to do, something exciting, something new, something you're creating. So something is being created, although some might say, you know what, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go there. Or other people are like, yeah, let's do this. That's that spontaneous energy that is going on. This is all happening through April, okay? And the new moon is coming up. So, and that was in the new moon, because remember, the new moon's energies start on the 11th, 10th, about the 8th, and they'll go to the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, somewhere around there, 14th, 15th. And so, yeah, sure, of course. So definitely you want to be able to move forward, but some of you don't want that change, so you're fighting it. Okay, so this is just the general energy through April of what is happening. Okay, really cool thing that is happening that is really going to affect, and I'm excited to watch how this is going to happen, is that in April, the outer planets that we have are really beginning to slow down because we've got 5 planets going into retrograde. It's sort of like you've got some going, let's see, you've got one April 27th, you got one May 23rd, June 20th, June 25th, July 15th, and August. So Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, Chiron, and Uranus. And it's sort of like a waterfall effect because when you have something retrograde, something really slows down. Okay. So, hey, Star, welcome, welcome. Now, you remember, Chiron is a lot about communication. So come up to June, July, you've got Jupiter, Neptune, Chiron. Right now, we're just in a forward movement with the energies that we have because Pluto is our next retrograde. All right. So as we move to this new moon on the 11th, which is today, 11/11, we also have 5 planets in Aries. It's amazing. If you look at the chart, it's like it's crammed packed for today. So you've got 5 planets. You've got the moon, you've got Mercury, you've got the sun, you've got Chiron, and you've got Venus. I sort of like Chiron because, Chiron's sort of like a healing kind of planet anyway. And then you have, yeah, Venus. Venus is of love. So what's going to be happening again, with that energy of those 5 planets along with the moon. Now remember, the moon is only staying in Aries one day, then he goes to Taurus. So, and I say he, I always use he, so just ignore me. It's going to be overwhelming. So these next few days are going to be really overwhelming. They're going to be exciting. Something is just like pushing forward for you to move forward in something. And it's, for some of you, it's going to be really daunting because it's overwhelming. And it's going to be really fast. And that, some people don't like that. Some people don't, it's like that spontaneous, oh, let's just go. And somebody who's sort of like me, like, really, are we just going to pick up and go kind of a thing? Really? In all reality, if I would just say, yeah, let's go, it might be a lot of fun, let's go do it. But there's that daunting energy that Saturn likes to put in, that like, man, let's slow down a little bit, take it easy. But no, that is not the way it goes. So that's these energies for the next couple of days. So something's going to come in moving really, really fast. It's going to be overwhelming, exciting. Don't know what it is in your life or what your journey is. It could be a relationship. It could be a new job. It could be, I don't know what it is in your life that is really exciting to you, because everybody's so different. Everybody's journey is so different. So this is really an energy that is coming in. So a couple of days prior to this new moon on the 9th, about the 9th, communication would begin to be a key. Okay, we talked about communication a lot in a lot of your readings. So around the 9th, 10th, 11th, pay attention to what was happening. Was communication really something that was important? Did anybody get in some arguments, things that maybe they should have left alone, that kind of a thing? This is a time where it's almost like I really got to share my feelings. I really got to talk to somebody. I really need to, get this out. It's almost like a therapy kind of talking. So you could be doing it with your pet. You could be doing it with, somebody else or whatever. But this energy is just sort of going to carry a little bit. And the reason why this communication is really important up through this new moon and a little bit beyond is that we are trying to figure out illusion versus reality. So I have a new friend that actually is a realist, and my daughter's a realist, but I'm an idealist. So we have been having a lot of major conversations and open conversations about the differences in my thinking process versus theirs. I am all open to it because, I want to learn that perspective so that I can better my idealistic perspective. And they, in turn, this person in turn, wants to learn my ideas just because that's a different way of thinking that they're not used to. This is the type of communication that I'm talking about that may be happening, but it's going to happen through April. So make sure you pay attention to that, how you're communicating, because that and becoming between the 9th, 10th, 11th, because it's all about a right now energy. It's like all about a right now energy. So the moon on the 11th today is now caught up with the sun. So now we have 5 planets. And remember, I said they're all in one little area and they're all just sort of hanging out together. Well, the sun is part of that. Okay. And that is really, really important. The reason why this new moon is so important to astrologers is that this is the first sign of the year. So it's the new spring equinox. So, equinox. And it's also the mark of the new year. So Aries is the first sign. So then it gives them the whole new year to be able to look at as well. So that's why this month, this new moon is so important, because it starts the cycle for another whole year. So it does it a little bit different. Okay. And we already talked about how overwhelming, and this energy is not going to stop because we're in Aries. It's not going to stop. Okay. And during the 11th also, Chiron is conjoining with Mercury. So that means there's a bunch of healing energies, communication again, a lot of healing energies going on out there. So that's why it's really important for you to understand how critical you are in your thinking of others. We need to backtrack that, slow that train down a little bit, because communication is the key with Chiron and Mercury. We need to pay attention to our words. Hugely need to pay attention to our words. Because at this point, we have to sort of turn our words around to more of a positive. Words are so powerful. If you say something wrong to somebody, or disrespectful or degrading, or going to a low energy, you cannot take those words back. This is going to be huge with Chiron and Mercury. Be really mindful of the energies that you are bringing into your aura, or what you are putting out to somebody else's aura. And this will also come into your choices of topics that you talk about. So, for example, when we get into a discussion, we want to decide what we're going to battle about. Okay, we have to really analyze what we are going to fight or argue about. If you want to know how to never argue again, watch my communication video, because that will tell you all the things that you need to never argue again. You might get a little upset, but you're going to backtrack and you're going to catch yourself, and you are going to stop yourself from fighting or arguing, because it has no purpose, and then nobody's listening, nobody cares. So, but this is a thing where we have to really be careful. I'm going to say this new moon, big time, big time. Be careful what battles you pick. Okay. And when you do that, make sure if you're going to start, follow through. If you need to diffuse first, say, hey, we need to step back and let's come back at this later. Because the whole thing is, in this communication with Chiron and Mercury for this new moon, is not to blow up. Because when you blow up, there's no turning back. So that is really a key thing. I mean, I circled this one big time, because whatever it is that you put out there, you cannot take it back, because that person's already heard it. So be really, really mindful, because there's going to be some resistance here. Somebody's going to say, no, we need to talk about that now. Now, you know what? We're both heated right now. We need to just sort of step back, come back, and just, revisit this in a little while when we're both cooled down and we both can talk and we both can debate this or whatever. Hi, Joy. Welcome. So this is going to be really key, you guys. If you're writing anything down, really, this is the communication piece, like I've talked in all your readings, or almost all your readings this week and last week. This is actually really, really a key. Okay. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, you're very welcome to ask questions. And I'll do a reading here in a few minutes. But I just wanted to make sure that you have a handle on what this new moon is going on. I'm not going to go into all the planets and the sextiles and the trines and all that kind of stuff. I just want you to see what this is happening around you, and see if it's actually you're recognizing these things around you as well. There is a actual sextile with the moon and the Mars and Jupiter, because I take that back. The moon and Mars are actually sextiling, and Jupiter is trining. So everybody's going to over if you don't know anything about it. But what that means is, here's what you need to know about it, is that it is time to turn things around, positive thinking. This is time to take that negative thought in that communication. Again, we're talking about the battles. That we need to sit there and decide, okay, this is more low vibrational. This is going not the way I want it to. But you got to remember, there's two sides to the story. Maybe not going the way that we should want it. We should want it to go right now. So let's just take a break and then come back to it. That's also a communication technique to diffuse as well. So this is really, really huge in key, because like I said, this energy is overpowering, it's overwhelming, it's overexciting. And if you don't have that Aries energy in you, in your sign, might be a little bit overwhelmed and terrified of it and want to draw back. Tortoise and hare. Okay. The tortoise won the race, right? So it's sort of a give me, push me, pull me kind of a thing, but the slow one wins. So pull that horse back, slow it down. All right. So let's see here. Okay, so like I told you, the new moon moves in on the 12th to Taurus. So then we're doing that, and then it's out of Taurus on the 15th. So it's not in Taurus very long. It moves. I mean, planets move. Ooh, they move. All right. So the thing is that when this happens, especially and even on the 14th, when Venus moves into Aries and then goes into Taurus, just like the moon, this is a real uncomfortable feeling. It's like you're out of your comfort zone. You're out of your box. This is a great thing because that's when you learn new. Remember I said this moon is creative. This moon is new. This moon is fresh. This moon is time to create new ideas, to create new adventures, new journey, a new start. Get rid of an old habit, a new habit to start. This is get rid of an old past thought, person, whatever, start a new journey. This is the seed to plant. We're at the garden. Remember we talked about planting seeds? Plant the seeds. This is the time because it's going to move forward. All right. But there is, again, there's that power struggle in between somebody. I don't want to do this, man. What's she talking about? There's always that person that's going to grumble and complain and, find the downside of something, bring it back up. Woo. Okay. And then it also becomes a little bit annoying to some because they want to stay stuck. We have a lot of those signs this last week where people wanted to stay stuck. So a lot of this is it's an underlying power struggle actually between yourself and maybe others you're going to come across that are going to be gruntled, that actually don't want to move on, and they're going to want to stay begruntled, and let them. You keep moving. And then what they're going to see pretty soon is that you're moving ahead and things are happening for you, and they're sitting back there. They're the hare that lost the race, and now they're pissed off. Okay, so these energies are really important, and to just pay attention to the way that you're communicating, who you're communicating with. What is new coming up in your life? What do you want to create new that is coming up in your life? And what you want to move forward with. Really, with Chiron coming in there in June, a lot of healing powers coming in. So really be mindful working on yourself because you can't change anybody else but yourself. So that's where that is going to be. All right. So for this reading here that we're going to go into, I'm going to pull only 2 oracles. I am pulling the Divine's Oracle because this is about the new moon. This is about the energies of the new moon all the way, I would say probably up to about the 18th, 19th, somewhere around there, just right before the full moon energies start kicking in. Full moon energies, I think the 28th of the month, but we're just doing the new moon. All right. Again, for those that came in late, I do deeply, deeply apologize for changing the times. Again, it's all about my knee replacement. I'm struggling to get not another surgery, and so I need to get out and walk it. I really, really need to get out and walk it. My daughter is my chauffeur, and she's like, "Can we go, please, a little bit?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I deeply apologize. I hope you understand. And maybe this 11/11 will bring you better luck today. I don't believe in luck, but maybe it'll bring your day better. All right. Hey, Abigail, welcome. Oh, it's okay. That's great. Welcome. You at least got here for the reading. Hey, you can always go back. It will be recorded, so you can always go back or share it with your friends. I really think this would be an important one to share with your friends this new moon because, again, this is the first sign of the year. Boom. For the cycle. This is springtime, fresh, new. What is the fresh, new ideas? What is something you want to start? What is it that you want to do? This is the time to plant it because now you have a whole new cycle to make that happen through this next year. Hey, Hingham, welcome, welcome. If I'm an Aries already, it doesn't affect me. Nope, it will affect you. You just might not be able to recognize it as much as because you already have those energies implanted. But do remember to be respectful of the energies around you that don't move as fast as you or think like you. Be respectful of that because I'm like one of those energies. I don't mind if something's spontaneous every now and then, but that Aries energy is, it's like a go, 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 go. It's like, man, dude, can you just slow down for a minute? It's like somebody who talks all the time. Could you just stop talking for 2 seconds? Sort of that energy. So be mindful, Hang'em, about the other person's energy. Remember, there's two perspectives of everything. Be respectful of that. All right? Lena, can you pull 2 cards for me about reconciliation or move on man, please? I will do that at the end if you wouldn't mind. So I want to stay within the energies of the new moon right now, but I definitely will at the end if you'd like. All right. So 2 cards, one for divines, one for this new moon energy, and then we'll pull the regular tarot cards. All right. I've said this in one, I think I said this in one of my readings. I don't know what. And some of you that don't know a lot about tarot, and that are brand new to tarot, a lot of people, you will watch a lot of tarot readers depending on how they shuffle their cards, but you'll actually see somebody go pound it a little bit, and it's sort of annoying. There's a reason why we do that, just so you know. It is about getting out that negative energy, that low vibrational energy out of the card before we actually lay them down. Just a thought, just a little tidbit, FYI. Yeah, love this. I love this energy. Woo! Okay, so Divine's card, okay? I can't make this up, guys. I can't make this up. Divine's card for this new moon is the hawk. Hawks are all about flying, all about going, all about moving forward, all about progress, all about survival, all about living, all about getting everything that is needed, right? It's also the number 2, and it is all about messages and omens. So, again, communication. This is what he's trying to get across. With the number 2, it's also about bringing it together or separating it. Now, with that communication, I got goosebumps for everybody all over here. With that communication, please remember, you can either make things work or you are going to blow things up. I'm telling you, if this month, be really mindful of how you bring things together. If you are with somebody and you love that person, or you're trying to, you've got to figure ways to communicate with them, because if you do it wrong, it's going to blow it up and go the opposite way. And then you're going to be left wondering what happened. So communication is super, super, super key. He's trying to tell you, be mindful, pick your battles, know what elephant to talk about in the room, because he doesn't want you to blow things up. Keep everything high vibrational. As soon as it starts going low vibrational, you got to end it and just say, hey, let's come back with this later. Or just, tell it. There's a lot of things that you can do to diffuse something. You can tell a joke, or depends on the person on how you want to diffuse something. But I'm talking about diffusing because there's going to be a lot of this going on, because you got such a wide range of energies. Like the Aries is just go, go, go. And then you've got the Saturn, which is like, hold it back. Let's slow it down. So that's where you're going to end up into having a sort of an imbalance. You want to bring that balance back, because it is all about balance again. All right. So then we have the general energy as the dog. And the dog is about loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. These two go hand in hand. And this is the number 2 and the number 10, or the number 1. Remember, we talked about it all is about new creative energy. Number 1 is about new creative energy. And the number 10 is about getting rid of that old energy, releasing it, and allowing that new energy. But the unconditional love is selfless. Selflessness. Okay. That is pouring yourself into the other person to care enough to know what that other person wants, whatever that person thinks, whatever that person's. You cannot make them happy. You cannot make a person happy. That's their job, to make themselves happy. But you can add them to be happier. So you have to listen to that, whatever they're telling you, whether it's body language or verbal or whatever. It's not your job to make them happy. It's your job to make them happier. That would be my job for my mate if I had one. He can do his own thing, whatever he does. But what can I do to make your life more pleasant, more happy, more joyful? That's just the way it is. That's unconditional love. Not expecting anything, not expecting anybody to change, not expect anybody to step up to the plate, do a job. No, let them be their person. But how can I add to that? It's sort of like when they had that Jerry Maguire movie, You Complete Me. Please. All right. Yeah. Boo! I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Okay, so there is somebody out there that is doing this. Somebody out there is battling. Okay, time to step it back, because now you've got somebody's like in a decision. So we have the Lover's Justice, and then we have the Two of Swords. And what did I say? What did Divine say about the number Two of Swords? It is about bringing it into balance. It is bringing it into a partnership together, a unity, or you're dividing it. And I don't know what this is, but I would say that this could be a couple that's married, because that could be paper, the paper stuff in between. Justice is about earth, paper, whatever laws or whatever, there is something in regards to that, and there's a decision. So this is not everybody, but somebody could be talking about divorce here and deciding or separating. Should we separate? Should we not? I'll tell you what, in any relationship, it's all about miscommunication or not understanding your partner's needs or how to love them. There is a lot of good coaches out there. And if you're really confused about your mate, and especially if it's in the sex realm, then a really good guy to watch his videos, and he comes on, and you can actually ask questions and stuff, and he has books and books and books out. And I've read a couple of his books, but the thing is, I stepped away from him for a long time because people poo-pooed him and all kinds of stuff. What I really found out, I sat for 2 hours, a little glimpse, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And I watched this whole thing the other day on one of his speakings. The dude is very holistic. I love it. He's very spiritual. I love it. He talks about higher self. He talks about that kind of a living, but he's also, I think he's got a PhD in brain science, and John Gray. So his books are Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, that kind of a thing. Really listen to him. If you're really having intimate problems with your partner, I would say, just go watch some of his videos. It's really going to open yourself up. Also, another guy out there is Stefan Speaks. Really, really talks about relationships and men. They're not as much about the brain science. John Gray will talk about the estrogen levels in men and women and the testosterone levels, and talks about it in what happens when we get intimate, bonding, those kind of things. Really, really good listen to. So if you're going through some troubles, which somebody is, this might be something for you to start out before you begin to think about separating, actually getting to understand your partner even better, because you don't. I'll tell you right now, you don't know your partner. If you're arguing and fighting, you're not taking the time to know your partner better. And that's the thing. That's the key thing. It doesn't take much. I mean, for somebody, for example, he was even mentioning something. When somebody asked a question, you just, what can, I made a list for my husband just to show me these little things after 15 years of marriage that would make me feel better. Why is she writing to John Gray? She should be sharing these with her husband. Just pour my tea for me, sit by me. Maybe tell me I'm beautiful occasionally. Send me some flowers. I mean, little things that make somebody feel special, happier. Then yeah, because somebody's definitely fighting. I don't know who this is. This is also the new moon energy here, guys, because the new moon energy, remember when I'm talking about pick your battles, this is about your integrity. This is about your standards, your boundaries. You're going to be fighting about what you believe in, and that's okay. But you've got another person here that also has that, so you have to begin to learn how to compromise with those. Because the Wheel of Fortune, you can have anything. Okay. Somebody doesn't want to compromise. If you cannot compromise in a relationship, what are you doing in one? Because it is about certain things that you do compromise, because maybe I don't like to go, watch people play chess. And he's like, would you just come watch one of my tournaments? But I would do that because I care. Again, this is the energy of the new moon, guys. New moon. That's the unconditional love. That's saying, yep, I'll give up a couple hours just to be with you because I know you don't like going to watch a horse show. So, I would probably not ask them if they don't like it. But if that would say, I love you enough to come with you and you have somebody to go with, then you do it. But if you go and this is another thing. If you go and do something, don't go and be an asshole. Go and enjoy it. Go with a smile on your face. Or why are you even bothering? Because you just bring the whole energies down. You bring it down to the toilet. You're down, 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 down. Where's the devil card? That's where, as far as you're bringing it down. So if you're going to do something for someone, even if it's not your mate, just don't go, oh my gosh, I got to do this. Fine. And then you go and you're like, yeah, okay, fine. Don't do that. Change your positive thought. The new moon is telling you, change your thought to a positive. This is time to change it around to the positive. This is new. This is creating a new energy. Create that new energy of higher vibrational. Temperance, patience. Whoa. Temperance, patience is about... Okay. Hang on. My leg doesn't want to move. Oh, I love this. So we have temperance, the star, and then we have the one of... The ace of I'm looking at number 1 for numerology again. We have temperance, we have the star, and then we have the ace of cups. Okay, so you have the ace of cups, you have the temperance, which is all about patience. Star is all about everything coming up for balance, about having uplifting, positive, making things that are balancing in your life. And somebody has got an opportunity here to open that door for love, for peace, for calmness. Again, it's all about communication, guys. It's all about communication. This is a new energy, bringing it together. A new energy. So I would just want to say, who really, really wants to change their life to be more exciting, more positive, more energetic, more passionate, who doesn't? Who doesn't, right? I would like to know if somebody does not want that. Put that in the chat, because we need to talk. All right. Let's see here what else we have with the divine and the planets. I'm trying to think of here what Saturn and Venus. The other thing too is just remember, I think if you're going to get frustrated because somebody is going to through this new moon process, because it's so fast moving, whatever is coming, it's so fast moving, don't be afraid. Don't tense up and be afraid. Don't sit there and get nervous and start walking in fear. Just say, okay, how can I make this more comfortable for me? Because this tortoise and hare energy is going to be really, really conflicting for somebody. It's like, I just want to slow it down. No, speed it up a little bit. Speed it up a little bit and see what happens, what the energies are going to bring you. All right. Yeah. Again, here's the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, again, has that offering. But it is going to be a little rough for some people. Not for everybody. There's going to be a bunch of people saying, screw that, I'm embracing it and I'm going. I'm going to keep this going. Yeah, man, I got this new idea, this new energy. I'm going to keep it going. I want to get it going. I'm going to get it started. You've got this energy. And you know what's really cool is right now, that positive energy is so strong that it's not going to stop. And then by the time you get into that habit, that momentum, that thing that you're trying to start and go, that momentum will keep going. Don't get me wrong, you're going to have days where you're like, man, is this ever going to change? I do that with my channel. Is this ever going to change? But the thing is that I keep going. I'm not going to stop. 9 of Swords. Somebody's struggling. Somebody is struggling. Definitely. Also, too, the dog is about loyalty. Okay. The dog is definitely about loyalty. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Lots of offerings. So can I get some clarification on loyalty for the new moon in Aries, please? Okay. Dropping. This is good for me to stretch my leg. dropping. 5 of Pentacles. Give and take, guys. Give and take. So loyalty and sincerity is a give and take. So loyalty in the dog, you give what you get, what you give. Thank you. I didn't know what he meant, and he says, no, it's you get what you give. And we all know about that. You give love, you're going to get love. You get angry and frustrated all the time, you're going to get that back, or you're going to have no friends. So clarification on that, definitely. And the 9 of Pentacles. But definitely, really, the 5 of Pentacles is all about give and take. Give and take. Somebody loves to be a taker. That's where somebody loves to be such a taker that this is where this kerfuffle is going to not go well. This argument, this little battle and stuff like that is just not going to go well. I see also loyalty for somebody. They're questioning somebody's stepping out, should I say? Again, because we have the Lovers card. And how loyal are they? How monogamous are they? How, because we have the Justice card next. Somebody's questioning if they're cheating. That's a communication thing. And if somebody's going to cheat on you, it's time to leave. If you made a commitment to each other, again, it's communication. You don't know your partner well enough to, there's something missing. There's just something missing. Don't be afraid to communicate. So we have the stars again. So for somebody, the balance is off. We talked about that in a lot of energies this week. Balance is off. This is a time to make this decision to not only stand for what you believe in, but also communicate that, because they may not even know. No, not everybody's a mind reader. Thank you. Is like, you know what? We got to realize that nobody can read our minds. And sometimes if I say, I love strawberries, they might hear, I love blueberries. I did that with my friend this week because I said, I didn't say Corvette. He's like, yeah, you did. I said, no, I didn't. He said, no, I have a Camaro. And I'm like, no, I didn't say Corvette. So there's a miscommunication. Maybe I did say Corvette, but maybe he heard Corvette. This is where it takes really, really a lot of clarity, time, and energy if you really care about somebody. Now, this could be a friend. This could be a family member. This could be where we're having problems, period. That's where it is. But we do know that there's going to be some balance coming back. I like that. Ooh, I love that. Balance, some energy. And you know what? When the star comes back in, guys, that is actually going to make you even closer. Yes. For some of you guys in your readings, it had forgiveness in there. A couple of readings had forgiveness in there. And when you forgive somebody, that can open a door. People are like, I won't go into your readings or anything, but the thing is that, yeah, definitely that it will bring you closer if you both are open to it. Because somebody needs to hear your apology, but you need to release that apology and that energy, that negative energy. For me, I had to release and give somebody money that I borrowed years ago, lots of money, that I borrowed years ago, and say, here it is back. I apologize. I didn't give it back sooner. It was wrong of me. You were thinking of me. You did good for me, and I screwed it up, but here it is back, and I really ask for your forgiveness. Made our relationship, boom, grow super close. And that brought that negative energy out, that low vibrational energy left. I get goosebumps. This is for somebody out there. I don't know who it's for, but it's for somebody. That low vibrational energy left. That past energy left. Immediately it left. Divine said, yes. And that high vibrational energy came in, and we embraced and are best friends again. This is what I'm talking about. This is that communication and understanding For some of you, if forgiveness was in your thing, really go back. If you haven't seen your, now there's 3 of them that I didn't do for this coming up week. I'm going to do those probably later today or tomorrow morning. Again, it's all because of my leg. I apologize. But in even the last week's reading, that also was part of it. All right. So let's do some final energies here. And then if anybody has any questions, I'll answer the one there. I'll pull the 2 cards. Are you still here though? I don't want to do that and waste everybody's time if you're not. So Lena, are you still here that you want those pulled? Let me know. And if anybody else has any questions about the new moon, has any questions about how I do my readings, any requests, you know, like, hey, can you do them more at 10 o'clock? Can you do them more at 3 o'clock? Can you do them more? You know, I am going to post a little announcement. I'm going to post upload. I did the video already. I'm going to be uploading a video that does share why to sort of watch my tarot over other tarots, or the difference basically, and also tell you the different tarots. Okay, great. I'll pull 2 cards here just after these. So it's just going to say, because a lot of the times tarot readers don't mix astrology or numerology, or they'll mix one or the other. However, when I talk to the divine, you know, he's like, I'm all energy. I'm all the energy. So definitely. So this is why I do that. But also too, studying astrology and numerology, and I'm not an expert in them all, but I think it's really important but I keep love learning. But it's important to understand, because when divine says he's all energy, it's a divine, okay, we got to know what the planets are doing. Astrology and astronomy is so flipping interesting. Oh, you guys. Oh, have you ever looked through a telescope and just, you know, you look out there and it's like, how? If you go on to nasa.org, I think it is, and see some of these nebulas, and oh my gosh, you just cannot fathom. That's why I believe in dimensions. I really do. Because when you have like a deja vu moment, that you say, well, I feel like I've done this before. That's why I believe there is a dimension out there that is actually behind us that we probably have. I know I'm weird. All right. So let me get this done, and then we're going to go to Lena for 2 cards. Okay, give me the lasting energies for the rest of April, please. Lasting energies for the rest of April for all that are watching, please. Thank you, Divine, for everything that you have come in and helped for others. Thank you for any messages that reaches somebody to bring their life to a better level, to a higher level of their self-understanding. I thank you for that. Thank you for the new moon and the new creative energies that bring us to a higher level, our new creative self. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody on the other side that comes through and helps me with my readings. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Oh, I got these upside down. That's okay. I'll turn them. Okay. So, star again, guys. Star again. 3. Now, what do I say about the number 3 in a lot of our readings? If you haven't seen a reading, what I say is, when the divine speaks, when there's 3 messages, when he has told you 3 times something, or you've heard something 3 times, depends on your abilities, if you even have an ability, this is a signal to pay flippin' attention, because he's trying to get something across. Or wait a minute, do I have temperance? I thought I had 3 stars. But still, you got 2 of them here. Pay attention. If he brings another star into this, I swear I had another star. Somebody's like saying, oh, you only got 2 there. You got a temperance. But anyway, so we get to that point. If there's a 3rd one, pay attention. If there's a 3rd message, pay attention. This is about balance. So you really somebody's really struggling with balance. 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. That has to do with work, has to do with, you know, the number 6 is about your harmony and your improvement, growing in with that, and the 10 of Swords. Something's got to go. Something's got to stop. Something's got to end. All right? Because 10 of Swords is quick. And this energy is quick. All right? All right. So let me see. Which deck have I not used? This one. This one, this one. Did I use all the decks? Okay, let me grab another deck. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 cards, Lena, for you. Got to use a fresh deck. Only because I want to make sure all the cards are there. All right. So what was the question? Let's see. Lena, can you pull 2 cards for me about reconciliation or move on? Ooh, you're one of the people we were talking about, right? Told you somebody out there was paying attention to it. Okay, let's see here. Now, I'm going to say, you know, Lena, the first thing you need to do, I don't know if you were in one of my other ones, is that you really need to talk to Divine and ask him first. You know, he can help me with hearing and the cards. However, it is really important for him to talk to you directly so that you can actually hear him. And your intuition is your answer. So you have to really know, and you may already know this in your heart already, but you're bucking it. This is that new moon energy, that you're fighting something, you're battling something, and you're going against what actually your intuition and divine is telling you. All right. So we have the 9 of Wands for your first card. Let's see what, oh, again, Wands is communication. If there is no communication there, if there is a consistent resistance of communication, that is not good. Okay. Queen of Cups. That's your intuition. So Divine's telling you, listen to your intuition, whatever that is. I think the energy I'm getting is you already know this. You already know what to do. But if you really want to reconcile, that takes communication. And again, this is the energy of the time that needs to do it. But as soon as it gets heated, you need to shut it down and come back when you both can share the information clearly and calmly. And if you have to do that 20 times, you do it 20 times. All right. Hang on. Patty, do you know if palmistry is real? Someone told me I was going to find my soulmate until I'm 42 and I'm 27. If you want my honest opinion, I think there is some old ancient way of wanting to read the lines. For me, I don't believe in it. For me, I don't. You know what? For you, Hang'em, you really need to just tell Divine specifically the type of person that you are looking for. I mean specifics. I want brown hair, blue eyes, 5'2". But Divine, bring me, because here's the thing, is a lot of the times we don't tell Divine what we want specifically. And, you know, I want her to, you know, enjoy the things I do, and like, I like swimming. You've got to ask and share Divine and to say, can you please show and bring me that person? And or show that person to me. And as soon as you see that person, you're going to know, because that's a divine intervention. When we try to manipulate our relationships, then that becomes something we should not be in the first place. So I don't believe in the palmistry. I believe if you ask the divine to show you, and you know, here's the thing though, Hang'em, you've got to be ready and open, because a lot of the time the package, it may not be 100% what we want, but that person is 200% that we want. So he's going to bring you somebody you need, not somebody you want. And that package is going to actually be very appealing to you. But it's like when you go and you see guys with a trophy wife, but they have nothing inside. What are they doing? That's very shallow. That's manipulating. And that's not going to last. The divine's going to bring you somebody that's going to last a lifetime. All right. So I hope that helped, because I would not. As I tell anybody who watches my readings, watches the new moons and everything, you have to go to divine first. Anything I do every day before I even do a reading, before I even get out of bed, what do you want me to do, Lord? What do you want me to touch? Who do you want me to touch? Who do you want me to tell? What video do you want me to do? Just share with me information, what you want from me today. And usually he'll show it. You'll be amazed if you do this every day for a while. You'll be surprised at the doors that open and the doors that slam shut. And the things that you ask for begin to become to fruition, and the things that you really don't want begin to go away. And this Ace of Cups is just, look at how it's exploding. Aries energy. It is exploding. All right. So that is pretty much where that is. All right. I thank you for your questions, you guys. I really do. And as I tell everybody, make sure you go to divine before you go to tarot. Tarot is a telephone. Hello. But between divine and I, because it gives you symbols. Anybody can read tarot. Anybody on this earth can read tarot because you can learn the symbols. But the thing is the connection between divine on what he wants to show you there. So like sometimes you guys will hear me say, oh, he wanted me to focus in on the face here. What is this face doing? What is it? What's the color of the face? What is the face doing? Is it looking sad? Is it looking happy? Is it looking frustrated? Or he'll say, focus in on this cup, because that is, the love is there. The cup is your heart. He'll give me all kinds of things to look at, but cards can be read in a million ways. However, if you want to get the basics on tarot, anybody can read it. But does somebody have a divine connection? That's what I watch in my tarot readers. If I go and I sit and I want to do research, I watch what tarot readers do. I watch how they perform. I watch how they act. I watch if they're full of crap or not. I see if they're actually connected to the divine or not, or anything like that. And I don't poo-poo any tarot reader out there. It's just different. All right. So this has been the new moon reading, guys. I appreciate your questions. I'm glad you guys came in and said hello. I hope this was fun. Again, I apologize deeply for changing the channel time. And I appreciate you guys letting me go and exercise my knee. And if you have not seen your reading, I got 3 more to do this week. I've got Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So if you haven't seen it, you'll probably see it either later today or tomorrow morning, because I'm going to get up early and start doing readings again. All right. So I apologize that these have been a little bit late. All right. All right. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day if you're actually in the early part of the day, and have an awesome week if I don't see you until the next reading. All right. Take care. Take care, everybody. Thanks for popping in.